It's been said that life is 90% mental and 10% physical. Well, today I'm here to talk about the mental preparation necessary to race an Ironman triathlon. And we're not even going to talk about necessary, we're going to talk about optimal mental preparation for your Ironman triathlon. Hi, I am retired professional triathlete, TJ Tollakson, CEO of Dimond Bikes, and today we're taking a deep dive in between your ears to figure out how you can achieve your dreams on race day. So, first of all, the number one thing that you can do for your mental preparation is...
I'm all ears.
Write down your goals. Okay, now there are two ways that I like to write down my goals. The first, take a pen and a notebook and write down your goals, okay? Number two, sit in front of the computer and type your goals. Put them on a nice printed sheet of paper that then you will print out and stick on your bathroom mirror.
I see pride. Can't hear you. I see power.
Okay, this is really important because this is something that you will look at daily, and looking at your goals, reminding of your goals will help you achieve your goals. Now, when we write our goals, we've got a couple rules to follow, and the first one is the most important, in that process goals are more important than outcome goals. The process goal would be, I want to swim a certain pace. Outcome goal, I want to be the first out of the water. I want to be in the front pack, okay? Those are all outcome goals, which I'm not saying are not important, they're just less important than the process goal of saying, this is what I want to do, this is my strategy. And I say this because the outcome goal, if you want to win, that's great, but what if Jan Frodeno shows up? Yeah, I'm talking to you, Lionel Sanders. If you want to win and Jan Frodeno shows up, well, guess what? You're going to have to think about getting second place. You don't know what's going to happen. You can't control how somebody else races, what they do. So focus on your own process to achieve optimal results. The other thing that you need to put on your goal sheet are your words of affirmation. I like to break it down by sport, that I have a word of affirmation. And so during the swim, my particular word of affirmation is vigilance. You need to know where you are. You need to know where you are in the pack, you need to know where you are in the water, where you are to the buoy. It's easy to get distracted in open water and space off for a couple seconds, and all of a sudden you can't follow the bubbles anymore. And so follow the bubbles. My other big thing for the swim is I hold my space. And so, like I talked about in an open water swim video, was that nobody likes massive contact in the water, okay? It's not really fun, okay? But I hold my space. If somebody's bumping up against me and they're whacking me, does that mean I should just move over right away? No, okay, I should hold my space. I should not let somebody else push me out of the way. I should hold my space. On to the bike, my words that I like to use, power, okay? So power, power. Focus on my power, okay? When I'm focused on my power, I'm not focused on the other race dynamics, what's going on. Okay, that's the best way. Having a power profile is one of the best ways to race an Ironman. So when you're focused on your power, you're focused on you get it. The other one I like to say is keep rolling. And so I think of the Limp Bizkit song, On the Run, words that I like to use, cadence, so that's a really big one. Cadence. So as your legs get tired, you have a tendency to try to drop your cadence. If my cadence starts to drop, I like to do a soft reset. I'll oftentimes carry a rubber band around my wrist during the race, and I'll pull that and snap it. And it's a good physical cue to remind myself to pick my legs up and to just move them, turn them over faster. The other really important cue on the run that I have all the time is sugar. Okay, so sugar's really important, and so I always think to myself, sugar. So I like to take these gummies, I put them in my cheek. So as long as I got a gummy in my mouth, I'm feeling good. And you probably imagine there are all kinds of great songs with that line, sugar. All right, the next step on this, visualization. So visualize yourself visualize what it's like to see yourself in the water, okay? So you see what's in front of you, you can see your hands coming in front of you, the bubbles in your face. First person visualization is better. So first person, visualize your entire race, all the way from the day before the race, your nutrition, pre-race rituals, what you're gonna do leading in, how you get in the water. When you do that, you're training your mind to be more and more comfortable. So you visualize yourself doing this, and then it becomes familiar. So what the most important thing with this is your body doesn't know the difference between what was repeatedly and vividly imagined and what actually happened. Act like you've been there and keep doing this. You replay this in your mind over and over again, and you will train your subconscious mind to think that you have already achieved this. It's one of the most powerful things you can do. Right before you go to bed is an ideal time to program your subconscious mind. And so you're much more likely to dream about your race if you visualize your race right before you go to bed. So there we have that, the visualization process. The next thing we're going to talk about the focus. Focus. It's a long day, okay? And I get it, like for pros, if you're 8 hours in an Ironman, that's a lot shorter than the 17 hours that the age groupers have to complete it. But regardless, it's still a long, long day, right? Knowing that it's impossible to stay laser focused for that period of time, you need to treat your focus throughout the day like a mag light. You want your focus to be like that mag light, right? It's a really big circle, okay? But certain times during the race, you need to physically think, make a conscious effort to say, all right, this is really important. I need to squeeze that down. I need to tighten that circle, make it smaller, get that focus in. Okay, there are times when you need a laser pointer, a freaking laser pointer.
Frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
So times you might need to do that. Other times it needs to be a broad focus, okay? It needs to be, you have to let the flow of the situation absorb you, okay? You can't hyper-focus on your heart rate, your nutrition, and this. You just have to kind of let it go, take a deep breath, widen that mag light focus, and just take it all in. Be in the moment. Keep your eye on the donut, not the hole. All right, so the next one is you want to have these mantras, okay? And I talked about that in the first one, but you want these mantras, and you want different mantras for different situations. So pick some of them out, okay? Sometimes it's just a saying, sometimes it's a song. I love music, so.
Is this music? I can't get enough of that sweet music.
I like songs, so I like to think of songs. So sing your songs while you're doing the race. You don't have to sing them out loud, you can sing them in your head, because if you're like me, you sound much better in your head than you do when you actually sing. Keep that in mind. Use these mantras over and over and over again, and have different ones so you can switch, because you're not going to keep that same mantra for the whole day, right? Because you're going to get tired of it. You might be frustrated with it. So have a bunch of mantras that you can write down, that you can say over and over and over again. Stay positive with your words of affirmations, because this is a huge one. The way you talk to yourself matters. Transitions nicely into my next one, which is managing the highs and the lows. Okay, so managing the highs and lows. So picture a giant sine wave, right? So giant sine wave, up and down. We got a line right through the middle of that. That's what you're gonna go through on race day in an Ironman. You're gonna have times when you feel freaking awesome. You got times when you're gonna feel super defeated and you're gonna be like, oh my God, why did I do this? Okay, so the key is trying to balance those out. When you're on this super high, okay, try to calm that down. Right? Try to calm that down. Say, hey, I feel great, but it's just feeling great right now is really good. I just need to keep doing what I'm doing so I keep feeling this way. And then when you hit these low points, when you get depressed, you get angry, the voices start coming in your head telling you how terrible of a situation you're in. That's when you also need to get yourself out of that to try to get back to this level line as best you can. All right, so let's talk about this wall real quick, okay? So what is the wall? It's like you took off, you started running, and oh man, there's no actual physical wall when you hit the wall, right? But they say this, hitting the wall is like, man, all of a sudden I got to this point when I couldn't go further. Well, in reality, there's two reasons that you could hit the wall, and I'm gonna touch on both of them. The first one is nutrition. So if you bonked, you're gonna hit the wall, right? Bonking just means, hey look, my blood sugar was low, I didn't have enough calories, oh, ouch. Man, that's a wall. It's hard to come back from, but you can come back from it. The biggest reason people hit the wall right here between the ears, right? It's a mental problem. And the reason I say this is you look at when people hit the wall in a race. And if it was a physical reason you hit the wall, at what point in the race would most people hit the wall? Like the foot before the finish line, right? But no, okay, people actually hit the wall in a marathon. It's usually mile 18 to 21, okay? It's because you've gone so far, but you feel you have so far to go. And it's really, it's your mind that's telling you hit the wall. There's nothing else, because physically you could keep going, right? But mentally you've hit this wall. The point is you got to try to manage those highs and lows as best you can, okay? So the better you are at staying calm when you feel great and picking yourself up when you feel terrible will mean a much better result throughout the race and a much faster finish time for you. My last thing that I'm going to say is some of the best advice that I have, and this is from my assistant high school cross country coach, Colonel Max Corley. And when it is hard, be hard. If you enjoyed this video, you want to see more of it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I've got all kinds of great Ironman tips on training, nutrition, racing, amazing content. I would love for you to join me on this journey. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Check it out every week.